What is up, guys? Let's have a reality chat. This is going to be about Nene Leakes, who is reportedly dating an off the market a few months after her longtime husband Gregg Leakes has lost his battle to cancer and has passed on. So it's being reported that Nene Leakes was spotted holding hands with her new beau, Nene CEO, after enjoying a romantic dinner in Miami Beach. The former reality TV star made her new romance official as they left the Mr. Chow restaurant in Miami Beach on Saturday night. And this story is coming from Sandra Rowe's blog. It was the Dowager socialite's first public outing with her boyfriend since celebrating with him at her surprise 54th birthday last week at her Lanithia Lounge and Restaurant in the Atlanta suburb of Duluth, Georgia. Businessman Nene is from Liberia and reportedly owns a couture suit company in Charlotte, North Carolina. They arrived around 9:30 p.m. in a big white luxury van and left around midnight with a group of friends as they held hands and smiled for the cameras. The new pairing comes just 3 months after she lost her husband Gregg Leakes following a long battle with colon cancer. Gregg reportedly gave Nene his blessings to start a new relationship with Nene before he died. The new couple celebrated Nene's birthday in Miami. Nene hopes to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a peach holder. She says, "Yeah, sure, I'll return to the show," she said last month. She said, "I'm okay with returning to the show as long as, we can work through a few things. I'm happy to return to the show. And besides, I have a lot of unfinished business with a couple of them they've confirmed on the show." However, executive producer Andy Cohen showed no interest in having Nene return to the show. He reportedly said, "What I don't want to do is get into a public thing with her. I think she would prefer probably that I keep her name out of my mouth, and that is what I'm going to honor." Nene and Nene were reportedly introduced by a mutual friend and former RHOA cast member Peter Thomas. And the story says Peter has a sullied reputation for being a scammer and con artist, so it's probably not good that he and Nene are friends. Now, my question is it too soon, and how soon is too soon to start dating again after you lose your spouse or your significant other? Here's what I will say. I'm not judging her about moving on, especially because, one, she's 54 years old, so she's not a spring chicken. I don't agree with some people who feel like there is this time of mourning. Of course, you want to make sure the body is cold and, in the grave, not coming or pulling up to the funeral of your loved one that passed away with a date or with, somebody that you're currently dating now. You're coming to the funeral of that person already in tow, already in another relationship. So no, I don't think that that's cool. But she and Gregg were married for a long time, and let's just be honest. If we are going to be honest like we do here on the Being Beautifully Honest channel, we know that Nene and Gregg did not have the best marriage that we could see just based on what they put out there. Now, while I do believe that some things were played up for social media, like her filing for divorce and then him proposing to her again and them getting married, and then she gets a spin-off special for her getting married to, Gregg over again. Look, she's got that for her memory books. That's something that she can keep in her memory books for all time. It's like, you lost your husband, but now you can look back on that footage and see that you remarried this man that you claim that you love. But Nene, she left him. She claimed that he was doing her wrong as his wife. If you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'll never forget when she confronted Gregg and she said, "And you have done me wrong as your wife, and I have never done you wrong." Like, she was going off on Gregg. He was living down in the basement. We don't even know if the basement was finished or not, because I don't think they ever really showed the basement off of the house that they were living in at the time. This is previous season, so it's not the house that she's currently trying to sell for $4 million, and I think she's marked that down since then, since Gregg has passed on. But she was dating another man on the show. She said white is right. She said it. not me. She said it. She was dating one of Donald Trump's friends who was talking to her about this lounge that she wanted to open, the Lanithia. So I don't know if she still did that with the help of that man that she was dealing with several years ago. She was showing off, the gifts that he was buying her. He was buying her Louboutins and Rolex watches, and she was like, bitches is mad, and bling bling bling. Like, she was showing off the gifts that he was buying her. Like, this is all on the show, all on the same show that she said she would be happy to come back to. So I don't think that there is a time frame that we can say, based on being outsiders looking in, saying it's too soon. How could you move on that fast? But is this a real relationship, or are you just doing things to try to get back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because that's what some people are saying. Some people feel that this is just a scheme that Todd came up with to come at us with the bleep bleep. If you remember Aunt Bertha, Candy's aunt, saying that, the infamous line from several seasons back of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And basically what Aunt Bertha said didn't make any sense. But basically what that line means is that when something happens that it doesn't really make a lot of sense to us as viewers or onlookers, then we are going to say that line. Instead of us coming out and saying, something doesn't smell right, or something doesn't look right, or this doesn't make sense, we're just going to say, this is just a scheme that Todd came up with to come at us with the BS. So I'm wondering, and some people are wondering, is this just a scheme to try to get back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and get a peach and have a new flow, a new storyline? And that's the sad part about being on these shows. Your life is relegated to a storyline. It's not about your real life. It's a storyline. And a lot of times it can be real, but it's played up for TV, or it's just completely false and it is a complete storyline. So people in the comment section, a lot of them were just going off. One person said, letting Nene's tacky, troublemaking ASS back on the show means Fuzzy Slippers will get an opportunity to become famous because, in my opinion, he looks shady. Another person says, is that Negro wearing house slippers? I see he want to be the bad bee in a relationship. Now that one was funny. Now someone says, where, in all caps, did she scrape him up at? By the way, I have slides like he has on and he is ugly. Now, I don't know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, there's that. And, another person says he looks like an opportunistic gay guy. That's what someone says. And he isn't that hot. But I'm not sure. It's like, here we go. Someone else with an African. Someone says, so everyone on that show is going African, huh? And this is, by the way, for Mr. Ed to get back on the show by dating an African goat herder too. Oh my God, the things that people the things that people come out with and say in comment sections on videos and blogs, it is really hilarious. Sometimes it's the comment section for me. Sometimes it's not even the content in the video or on the blog. It's the commenters in the comment section. But how soon is too soon? It's been 3 months since he's passed on. He had been battling cancer for some time now, so she knew that he was going, and I think he had prepared himself to leave on and rest in peace. I don't really even think he needed to give her his blessing, because it's like, when the person is gone, they're gone. What are they going to do about it? The vows say until death do you part. It doesn't say until death and 6 years do you part. It says until death do you part. So once he's died, she's no longer married, so you're not cheating. So I don't think it's fair for people to make her feel guilty about moving on and dating and being, in a relationship. But for some people, with the way things were looking, and even some of course, there were rumors, they were not confirmed, but some of the rumors and stories that were coming out previous to him even getting sick again was the fact that people were saying he was dating other people and she was dating other people, and the marriage really was at that point just a marriage of convenience. We're together, we're going to make this work, we're going to make this money, but I'm going to do my own thing and you do your own thing. And so there are a lot of people that were saying that they were already pretty much separated anyway, but just still living together. And I'm sorry, I'll never forget that last season, not the last season that she was on the show, but maybe the previous to the last season that she was on the show and Gregg was going through his fight with cancer. She was not nice to him on the show. She was very selfish and she made it all about her. And this was the season, I believe they called it Closet Gate, when she got upset that people went into her closet and she wound up hitting either a cameraman or something like that, and she got suspended from some episodes of the upcoming season. It was just a lot that people could see, and it made a lot of people feel uncomfortable about that relationship. He just really seemed more like either in front of the cameras, her assistant, the person who would open up the doors for her, hold the umbrella for her, be her sort of like bodyguard and security. But maybe in the back end, he was really the one handling a lot of the business stuff, because she closed down pretty much all of her swag boutique stores. And some people said that he was really the one that was running those businesses and she was the face of it, but she didn't really have the business acumen as far as most people in business are concerned. So with the pandemic and with him being sick, it wasn't something that she can continue to carry, so she had to let it go. I don't know, but I will say that I won't, again, judge her for moving on and being in a new relationship if it's real. But if this is a ploy to get back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, save it. I don't think they really need to bring her back. I'm just over this back and forth with her about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because as far as I'm concerned, I feel like she already burnt that bridge and they just need to let the ashes lay where they have fallen. But those are just my thoughts about this. You all let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section.